Okay, so first and foremost, I think I'm at a pretty decent spot. I do have some bugs. There's a minor issue and there's kind of a medium issue, which I'll definitely fix. But for now, it's pressed for time, and I'll show you what I have. So basically, when I call the create model, um, that's what I do. I do some number crunching just to have the number of triangles and stuff ready and at hand. So basically what I do is I iterate through the kind of image width, and then from there create vertices for each of the pixels. And then I calculate the x and z with the unit grid, and then I just apply a scale, which is my cell dimension, which is just the side length divided by the amount of pixels. And then the UVs, I use the presentation to guide me on that to get the correct UVs to vertices. And then I just calculate the Y value using the image, and then use that as the Y for the vertice. And then I just create triangles here, where I just use top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right of each cell. And then I also do the min and max since I have access to the corners. And then I just save the terrain, and that pretty much is the terrain. I'll show the terrain actually having been generated. So there's the terrain. I have a UV map to 4, and this is my test grid. My test image, I should say. Okay, so for the single ABB underneath the terrain, just to show it, I have a test which is just passing in a position, and then from this position it'll send it into a function which is called getIndex from world position, which is just calculates where you are in the grid space based on position, and then going back to the highlight, it just shows the ABB at that position. So depending on your position, and I'll show that. There's my bucket, and as you can see, it follows my bucket around. One thing I don't have is boundary, so you'll get some weird artifacts. But I'm definitely going to fix that. I just pressed for time. But it does work on the actual terrain. Okay, and then just to show that the collisions do work, I have, and hopefully I'm doing this all right. So I basically have the cheap sphere that I created, was just that sphere from last week, and I created a min and max for the x and z using the position of the sphere and the radius, and then I create a min cell, which is just the index I get from passing in the min x and the min z position. So that's the lowest cell, and this is the highest cell. Then I iterate from the lowest values to the highest value cells, so in the actual grid. Then I test to see if it collides with that grid's ABB. And if it does, then I turn it red, if not green. So underneath it should be a series of green and red, depending on if it's colliding or not. So as you can see, it's completely green when I'm not colliding, but then when I touch it, it turns red, meaning it's colliding. And that's pretty much it.